This is Mrs. Robertson, and today in first period we just went over our worksheet and the problems that we had to do. Here are the answers. For those of you that are not in my class today, you can see what the answers are. You can pause this video at any time to make sure you can get all the work written on your paper. So problem number 1, 20,700 feet in an hour. Problem number 2, you end up with 2,200 yards in 1 second. Actually, it's number 5, but the second problem you had to do. The next problem, number 9, you end up with 1.5 miles per minute. Number 11, you end up with 46 6/10 feet per second. And number 12 is 704 yards per minute. Again, you can pause this video at any time to write down all of the necessary things you need to write down. On the other side, this is the reteach side. Number 1, you end up with 880 feet per minute. Number 2, you end up with 21 meters per second. Number 3, 6 6/10 feet per second. Number 4, 3 feet per second. And number 5, 290,400 feet in an hour. If you do not understand how to do these problems, watch the video from yesterday on this lesson. It goes over in great detail how to do these problems. Now, today's lesson, proportional and non-proportional relationships. It's chapter 1, lesson 4, and we're going to look at the problems that we have here today. It says complete the table to determine the cost for different number of pizza orders. So in this problem, one pizza costs $8. How much do you think a second pizza is going to cost, class?
16.
Right. Then it's 24, 4 times 8, and 5 times 8 is 40. All right, it says for each number of pizzas, fill in the boxes to write the relationship of the cost and number of pizzas as a ratio in simplest form. Well, 16 pizzas for $2, $8 a pizza. This would also end up being $8 for 1. Here we had 32 over 4. That will simplify to 8 over 1. 40 over 5 simplifies to 8 over 1. Kids, these are all proportional relationships. Let's write the word proportional relationships. And yes, we are going to see the definition of what a proportion is when we turn the page. And let's turn the page now and look at page 34. How to identify a proportional relationship. Two quantities are proportional if they have a constant ratio or unit rate. For relationships in which the ratio is not constant, the two quantities are not proportional. In the pizza example on the previous page, the cost of an order is proportional to the number of pizzas ordered. They all simplify to the same unit rate of 8 to 1. And that's what it says. All of the ratios above are equivalent ratios because they all have the same value or the same unit rate. Now let's look at the next problem here. It says, Andrew earns $18 per hour for mowing lawns. Is the amount of money he earns proportional to the number of hours he spends mowing? $18 for 1 hour, 36 for 2, 54 for 3, 72 for 4. Is it a proportional amount? Well, they all equal 18. So the answer is yes. All of the ratios between the two quantities can be simplified to 18 over 1 or 18. Let's look at this next example here, letter A. At Lakeview Middle School, there are 2 homeroom teachers assigned to every 48 students. Is the number of students at this school proportional to the number of teachers? Explain your reasoning. Well, the answer is, for this one, the ratio of students to teachers is consistent. The ratio is consistent. (48/2) will equal 24 students to 1. Okay, let's go to example number 2. Uptown Tickets charges $7 per baseball game ticket plus a $3 processing fee per order. Is the cost of an order proportional to the number of tickets ordered? Explain why. Well, the answer is going to be no, because 10/1 is still 10/1, but 17/2 equals 8.5. 24/3 is 8, and 31/4 is 7.75. Since the ratio of the two quantities are not the same, the cost of an order is not proportional to the number of tickets ordered. So it's not proportional. They don't all equal the same. Got it? It's a pretty easy lesson. Let's go to one a little more challenging. In number 3, you can use the recipe shown to make a fruit punch. Is the amount of sugar used proportional to the amount of mix used? Explain. Okay, so you have 1/2 divided by 1 is 0.5. Okay, 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. 1.5 divided by 3 is 0.5. 2 divided by 4, they all equal 0.5, so the answer is yes, it is proportional. All right, in B, at the beginning of the year, Isabel had $120 in the bank. Each week she deposits another $20 in her account balance. Proportional to the number of weeks, is her account balance proportional to the number of weeks deposits? Use the table below. Explain your reasoning. Okay, so after the first week, she's going to add 20, so it's going to be $140. The second week, you're going to add another 20, so it's going to be $160. The third week, you're going to get $180. Are these all proportional? Do all of these, they end up equaling 1/140? No, these are not proportional. No, not. They're going to be non-proportional. They will not simplify to the same thing. Let's go to page 36. Example number 4. The tables shown represent the number of pages Martin and Gabrielle read over time. Which situation represents a proportional relationship? Well, 2/5, 4/10, 6/15. 2 times 2 is 4, 5 times 2 is 10, 2 times 3 is 6, 5 times 3 is 15. This one will be proportional. Let's look at the next one. Here, 3/5, 4/10 will simplify to 2/5, and 7/15 just represents 7/15. So which one's proportional? Martin's is proportional. Okay, let's go ahead and do the guided practice at this time. In the guided practice, the Vista Marina rents boats for $25 per hour. In addition to the rental fee, there is a $12 charge for fuel. Use a table to determine the number of hours you rent the boat. Is it proportional to the total cost? So let's do that. For 1 hour, it's going to be 25 plus 12, which will be 37. 2 hours, it's going to be $12 plus 50. That equals $62. For 3 hours, it's going to be $12 plus 75, and that will equal 87. This is non-proportional. Why? The cost to time ratios are not equal. So it is no. Why is it no? The cost to time ratios are not equal. Now let's go to problem number 2. Which situation represents a proportional relationship between the hours worked and amount earned for Matt and Jane? Okay. 12 times 2, 1 times 2, 12 times 3, 1 times 3. Jane's is proportional. Here, 1 times 2 is 2, 12 times 2 is not 20, so right away, once you find one that's not proportional, then the whole thing is not going to be proportional, or a ratio that's not equivalent. So what do I want you to do for your homework tonight? I have a worksheet for you to do. In the math book, I want you to do page 37 all. I think we'll just do page 37 all, and then I have a worksheet for you to do to help you get ready for the take-home quiz tomorrow, because I don't think we'll have time in the classroom to do it. Have a good day.